Hey, everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. And yeah, we're enjoying the sunset here in the fall. It's gorgeous out.
Yeah. Just hanging out with our sheep and our goat.
And you don't see him, but Chuck is right there.
Yep, he's eating some deliciousness.
Uh-oh, the cat spotted him. So
I brought him out here so that the sheep don't try and eat it. So
yeah, the sheep can get pushy, believe it or not.
Yes, they can. Especially, and even the goat. Holy smokes, the goat is very greedy.
So here's the scoop. A lot of you guys from time to time have asked us about this all-important topic, and it really is important. And I think the last time we made a video on this was a couple years, like 3 years ago.
It's ages ago.
And that's how do you get a reluctant spouse or significant
other,
what she said,
on board
with emergency preparedness.
Yep.
Putting away a little food, learning some skills,
Yep.
canning, gardening. Well, I think what we probably would be best to do is to say how we came about it. Oh, there's the cat rubbing on the tripod. Kitty, I'm gonna throw you.
No.
Because we had an easier way to come to this, you did, than I did. Because the way that we first started out was some friends of mine started telling me about this crazy guy on the radio named Alex Jones. And I really liked Alex Jones when he wasn't screaming and yelling and nose foam and broken teeth and blood vessels exploding.
Couldn't listen to all of the yelling.
Because he was always, you know, he would say these things that just seemed so outlandish. And then he was proven right so many times.
Again.
Not all, but
right.
I couldn't take it after a while. But one thing that stuck with me was just how fragile the country was in terms of our financial situation. And lo and behold, he's being proven outright again. So I woke up really fast because of one reason and one reason only, is that I have a background in music and recording and video production, techie stuff like that. But I did not know how to do anything if it was not in a recording studio or with a guitar or with a camera. And I realized real fast that if it wasn't that, I would not be able to put food on the for my family. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
And so I went to the pantry and I looked in there and I saw maybe about 3 days worth of food. And I said, honey, here's what I'm thinking. This is why I am concerned. I hope that this is not sounding really rash.
Crazy.
But you were very fast to say, oh, I get it.
Yeah, it made sense. And we had, at the time, we had 5 children. No, 6 children, because Caleb was just born. He's over there going.
With the chickens. He's with the chickens right now.
So, yeah, we had 6 children at the time, one with special needs. How are we going to provide for them
if you can't go to the store?
If you can't go to the grocery store. And so this was 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
So we headed to the restaurant supply store and did like so many other people have done. And that's get all your beans.
All your rice.
Get all your rice.
Flour.
Canned
sugar.
things. Number 10 cans coming out of our everywhere you can think. But we had admittedly easy. So the big question has been, so many of our friends say, well, my wife is really not on board with this, or my husband thinks I'm crazy for wanting to bring it up, or my grandkids, they've kind of alienated me because they think I'm like some kind of hoarder or something like that.
Yeah.
So I have a few ideas, and I know you can add to these ideas. But I think the very best way to convince somebody of something that they got initial pushback on is educating.
Yeah.
You've got to give them the right tools so that they can make an informed decision that makes sense to them.
Yeah.
I don't think pushing anybody saying we're going to do this, that usually ends up in flames.
Yeah, that doesn't that ends up in divorce court sometimes. When you guys aren't on the same page.
Don't make demands.
Don't make demands. Just give them the education, like you said. Show them, this is where I'm seeing this. Show them facts.
Yeah.
On, what's going on in the world. Show them facts. Don't just tell them a thing. You got to show them.
And they've got to come to the understanding themselves.
Right.
And here's something else too that I was just thinking about. It is good if you have a significant other spouse. I'm just going to say significant other from now on so that I don't have to go through the laundry list. Mm-hmm. But if you have a significant other who is willing to say, yeah, I'll go look at that article, or yeah, I'll watch this video. But if they are to the point where they just are saying, I don't want to deal with it, stop telling me this, it's stressing me out, you may have to get a little bit more lovingly creative. Maybe you let them find articles or videos that might have been kind of maybe set up a little bit for them to find.
Yeah.
On their own.
Yeah, a lot of folks are going to need to come to this on their own. You can't force them. You can show them 10 ways till Sunday and they still won't get it.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Oh, he's found the grass. Good.
Good boy.
So a suggestion might be that ask rhetorical questions. Not rhetorical. Ask questions that are maybe open-ended that might open up conversation in a way that's not going to start a fight.
Right.
Like, here, let's role play, shall we?
Oh.
Let's play like I'm the one who's pushing back. Wait, no, it was my idea, so I've got the question.
Right.
Got to do it the other way.
Yeah.
So you're the one that's pushing back,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get you to see that it's a good thing to have some food at home. I might say, hey, hon, I know you deal with the bills and everything. This inflation seems to be getting out of control. Is it going to be okay? I mean, are we still going to be able to, if things keep going up, are we still going to be able to put food in the house?
I'll have to check on that. That's a good point. I'll have to look into that.
Because right now there's a sale on over at blah, blah, blah. And then shut up and walk away.
Right.
Let that person go, mull on it.
Yeah, gas is really getting expensive, going to and from town, and
Maybe we should get a few extra cans.
let's consolidate our trips, to where we're not driving to town, 20 miles one way every day.
Or you could even say something like, well, if prices keep going up, it kind of makes financial sense to get stuff at today's prices. And even if they go down a little bit more in the future, it's kind of like a savings account.
Still saving money, right?
You can do those kind of, I was going to say convincing, but it's not really that. You're just trying to make a point that's actually good for everybody.
Yeah.
But I get that a lot of people don't want to believe that our society is where it's at.
Oh, yeah. Lots of folks just want to la, 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 la. Don't want to hear it, don't want to see it, don't want to know. They just want to be blissfully ignorant. And I'll be honest with you, there are some cases where I want to be blissfully ignorant, but I know I can't.
Well, and we have a deal.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like when Rush Limbaugh was on the radio, and he'd say, "I'll let you know when to panic."
Yeah. And that's the deal we have to get. He's good at
I can be her filter.
Yes.
Not in a bad way, not to try to keep things out that she might want to know, but I know what she does not want to know. And I know that. And so unless it's like, okay, we need to do this right now.
Right.
And then she'll either say, most of the time she'll just go, okay.
Yeah.
Because she knows that I am not trying to manipulate.
And you're not trying to scare me. You just, okay, we need to be paying attention.
Either that will happen, or you'll ask why.
Right. Right.
And I'll say, do you really want to know why? And then we'll have a discussion.
Right. Right.
But to get somebody on board who doesn't want to be on board, I understand it can be daunting.
It can. It really can. Something that we have said, you know, I think pretty much our entire marriage, that if we don't, completely agree on a topic of doing a thing or
Major
buying
decisions.
major decisions, then if one of us is convinced, then we need to work really hard to convince the other of why we need to do this major decision.
Or else we don't do it.
Or we don't do it, exactly.
We got to be in 100% agreement on the big stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a huge reason for that, guys. Not only are we supposed to be loving and caring for each other, I should be lifting her up and saying, you know what I mean? She's going to need a load-bearing, like land jack, house-moving jack to lift me up. But
Chuck, you're getting too far. Come here. I'm running out of rope.
But if the decision proves out to be
Come here.
not the greatest choice, let him go. Let him go. I got it. I got it. Let him go. Let him go. I got it. Watch. There. See? Problem solved.
He's just eating the grass right now.
We'll show you him in a second.
Yeah. He's so
But if the decision goes sideways, then one side can't go to the other and go, see, I told you so. And it just will fester.
Oh yeah, it'll
It's poison
Yeah.
in a relationship.
yeah. Yeah.
So that would be, I think, my advice for is you got to do it in unity. Don't try to force it. Allow them to see what it is you're concerned about
Right.
without going cram, cram, cram.
Right. Because that's not beneficial to anybody
Yeah.
in any relationship. So
Well, okay. That said,
yeah.
you guys have an amazing and blessed day, but hang tight. I'll show you the cute cow. He's really
He's so
stinking
cute.
So I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
You guys have, well, I always say that.
Yeah.
Here's the cow. Hey, buddy. He's like, I found some grass. You guys have picked the yard clean over there. And so he's like, this has got to be at least an inch and a half thick.
Delicious.